Today's March 18th, 2025. My name is Rob Carter of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, today we're going to go around the horn, so to speak. News stories from 3 states, Texas, Missouri, and Colorado. And I'll be functioning today as a reporter, just reporting the news. I'm not going to give a whole lot of commentary. So bear with me as we go through these 3 different stories. Number 1, a Texas woman was arrested for committing illegal abortions and operating clinics with unlicensed staff. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton announced the arrest of Maria Margarita Rojas, a 48-year-old midwife in the Houston area. Quote, this is Paxton, the Attorney General. In Texas, life is sacred. I will always do everything in my power to protect the unborn, defend our state's pro-life laws, and work to ensure that unlicensed individuals endangering the lives of women by performing illegal abortions are fully prosecuted, said Attorney General Paxton. Texas law protecting life is clear, and we will hold those who violate it accountable, unquote. Okay. This woman's facilities unlawfully employed unlicensed individuals who falsely presented themselves as licensed medical professionals to provide medical treatment. Rojas also performed illegal abortion procedures in her clinics in violation of the Texas Human Life Protection Act. In addition to the arrest, Attorney General Paxton's Healthcare Program Enforcement Division filed for a temporary restraining order to shut down Rojas' network of clinics to prevent further illegal activity. Under the Texas Human Life Protection Act of 2021, the Attorney General has the authority to seek civil penalties of at least $100,000 per violation for the unlawful performance of an abortion. Okay, it's great news of pro-life activism coming from Texas. Here in Michigan, our Attorney General is not like Ken Paxton. Tragically, our leadership in the governor's office is terribly and woefully detrimental to human life. Okay, number 2. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey issued a cease and desist order last week to Planned Parenthood, formally prohibiting the abortion giant from performing chemical abortions in the state. The order advises the company to implement a valid health and safety plan to protect women and treat complications from abortion-inducing drugs as required by state law. Attorney General Bailey cited Planned Parenthood's, quote, uncontroverted track record of disregarding Missouri health and safety laws as the reason for the temporary restraining order, which makes it a felony for the organization to dispense the high-risk drugs. In November 2024, Missouri made abortion a constitutional right in the state. That was there. They had a referendum, as did about 10 other states this past November, and unfortunately it was a close vote, but Missouri's citizens voted to enshrine abortion rights in the state constitution. So that's bad news. Okay. So it nullified, that referendum nullified the state's near total abortion ban. Since then, Planned Parenthood, let me get my right page here. Planned Parenthood has resumed surgical abortions at several Missouri facilities. In response to the order, Planned Parenthood officials have indicated that its Missouri facilities are not currently offering chemical abortions and won't do so until the complication plans are approved. However, Attorney General Bailey stated in a press release that the order is due to Planned Parenthood's documented history of repeated and knowing violations of state law. Why am I not surprised that Planned Parenthood violates state laws. Okay. He noted the organization has, quote, admitted under oath to knowingly refusing to file required complication reports, and that investigations had discovered other violations, such as failing to comply with informed consent laws and to sterilize surgical instruments. Wasn't that safe? Quote, any suggestion that there's no risk of Planned Parenthood violating the complications law is illusory, A.G. Bailey wrote in the order. Okay, so that's number 2. Now let's look at state number 3, Colorado. Okay. A Christian pro-life organization is demanding justice for an 18-year-old Alexi Aguero, who died in February. She's 18, died in February of complications from a second trimester abortion she obtained at a Colorado-based Planned Parenthood. Here another Planned Parenthood horror story. Operation Rescue Chief Operating Officer Sarah Neely said in a March 13th press release that her organization has been working for weeks to gather information on the death to determine what exactly took place. Operation Rescue's investigation is ongoing. Now, there was in Colorado the Health and Human Services Committee hearing on March 12th. Dr. Carrie Kaysen testified, and I'm assuming she's a pro-life medical professional, and she provided another perspective regarding Lexi's death. Lexi was 22 weeks pregnant when she went to the Fort Collins Planned Parenthood to abort the child, according to Dr. Kaysen. She said Lexi's grandfather told her what happened when he and his wife were called to the hospital on February 6th, the day they learned that Lexi was pregnant and the day that Lexi died. The grandfather could see the heroic, this is a quote from Dr. Kaysen, the grandfather could see the heroic efforts the doctors were doing to save her life. Then he could see the deep concern in their faces that the situation was very dire. Her vitals were all over the place. The oxygen levels were horrible. After multiple doses of EPI and 7 liters of blood, her grandfather's blood pressure dropped, her heart rate and blood pressure dropped, and he had seen his grandfather's face that it was her end, unquote. Dr. Kaysen explained that a complication called amniotic fluid embolism, AFE, can occur after an abortion or a routine delivery. According to Kaysen, Lexi experienced one, caused her to develop a serious blood clotting condition. Kaysen noted that Lexi did not have this condition before going into the abortion facility. Gestational age poses a risk factor for this amniotic fluid embolism, Kaysen noted. Operation Rescue President Troy Newman pointed out in the press release that the risk of complications increases in an abortion the further along in pregnancy the mother is. Well, we all know that abortions in the first 4 or 5 weeks, you're still killing a human life. You're still killing a baby. It's still murder. But it's not as risky in the first 6 weeks as it is in Lexi's case at week 22. And at week 22, the baby is viable. It's not 24 weeks anymore, it's 22 weeks. So the baby is viable. So the risk of complications has greatly increased. Okay. Did anyone tell Lexi, I guess I'm quoting here from Troy Ruhlman from Operation Rescue, did anyone tell Lexi about that risk before she chose to undergo a procedure that ultimately cost her life along with the life of her child? Kaysen said during her testimony that Planned Parenthood told Lexi's grandfather that she wasn't transferred quickly enough. Okay, now this could be a big issue. Quote, she didn't receive the urgency of care that would be required in order to have a chance of survive this condition. Instead, she got the silent siren treatment, unquote. Now let me explain that. According to Operation Rescue, the silent siren treatment is a tactic Planned Parenthood uses when they have to call for an ambulance. Operation Rescue slammed Planned Parenthood for downplaying medical emergencies with this tactic, which involves requesting no sirens be sounded. It delays the time it takes for patients to receive the treatment they need. According to Operation Rescue, local witnesses also said that ambulances going to the Fort Collins Planned Parenthood, that's the exact location where Lexi died. Well, I shouldn't say that. She died in the hospital because of the complications received at that Fort Collins abortion clinic. So, local witnesses have said that the Fort Collins Planned Parenthood that ambulances take side routes rather than using the more accessible entrance, staying, quote, hidden and out of sight. So, Planned Parenthood is an organization evil to its core, and it harms women. And here's this poor 18-year-old woman at the dawn of adulthood, and she's dead now because of a complication inflicted on her by Planned Parenthood. Okay, this final news story reminds me of Right to Life in Michigan's relatively new message that life is the other choice. And I actually have a hat here that tells that very thing. Life, the other choice. Women deserve every opportunity when facing unplanned pregnancies of surveying every option. Women must be given the choice to choose life. With that, I'll let you go and I'll see you next time.